Previously on Double Progression Trouble. I will make you fall.
Do you know what
Shit.
happens if you summoned anything but Banisher on turn 2? I had everything.
Double Progression Trouble rematch.
I'm gonna try to hit the Steamroid, I think.
Oh, wrong decision.
I will trigger in sequence Emissary of the Afterlife and Hero Signal.
Oh yeah, that will definitely do it.
I have the Miracle Fusion, but nothing I can make beats Crass Clown. I'm banning fucking Lele.
I still would like to ban Mother Grizzly. I will say for our purposes, Cyberdark Impact is probably going to be Snipe Hunter or Bust. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love reading a card and being like, according to the words on this card does this thing, and then discovering that it is not.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby.
Double Progression Trouble starts now. Welcome back to Double Progression Trouble. I am sitting pretty at a score of 3-1, feeling great about every single choice I have made leading up to this point. And today's packs are a little bit interesting, folks, because about 95% of these cards are completely useless, but the 5% in both Cyberdark Impact and Strike of Neos that are good are really good and are going to affect the series in a significant way. Starting today off with Cyberdark Impact, the really important card here is Snipe Hunter. This card is a common and has the following effect. You can discard one card, then target one card on the field, roll a 6-sided die, and destroy the target unless you roll a 1 or 6. This is one of the strongest cards ever printed. It saw a huge amount of play in the TCG, and we'll see a huge amount of play in our format until it gets banned. The only real downside of this is that you only have a 2 in 3 chance of hitting with its effect, which means that you usually hit with it, but also means that it just hurts more when you don't. This is also an effect that works on any card on the field, not just monsters, and it is not a once per turn. So that does mean if your opponent has 2 or 3 cards and you have 3 or 4 cards to discard out of your hand, you can likely clear their entire board with this thing. I'm also looking to get my hands on a couple copies of Instant Fusion. This card can summon a level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck. It can't attack, but there are a lot of things we can do with those monsters, especially when we get to the Synchro and Xyz era, where Instant Fusion just reads, summon a 5 for free. And the last card we have to keep an eye out for is Justy Break. This card is a board wipe for normal monsters. While we have some removal available to us at this point, we do not have any outright board wipes, and Justy Break is a card that can really change the profile of the decks that are winning games all by itself. So we're gonna see how the pack openings go, really not looking for too much other than those 3 cards exactly. Shoutouts to some of the absolute worst level monsters that Konami has ever printed ever.
Oh, Cyberdark Impact. Once reviled as possibly the worst set of all time, this set has looked much better looking back historically, because there are a bunch of cards in here that became really strong later after the pack's release. For the sake of our series, a lot of those cards are not going to be relevant, at least not right now, but there are a few power players in here that Jess has probably already talked about, stuff like Snipe Hunter, stuff like Justy Break. But what I want to talk about is the weird, wacky, funky strategies this set potentially gives us. The titular Cyberdarks are here, but they aren't all super and therefore kind of hard to put a lot of. If we do get a lot of them though, they're actually reasonably strong in a sealed environment. That might be a consideration. In addition to that, we have some other stuff. We have some alien support, which could be relevant. We have a pretty good aliens pool going. And most importantly, we have some absolute junior format classics in here. Flame Ogre, Storm Shooter. Even the Vanities monsters are really good under that sort of rule set. So, if we put a decent number of those big tribute monsters, I will be very tempted to play some sort of Mausoleum of the Emperor pile, trying to cheat out a bunch of big old junior format assholes. Let's see if we can put together one of those wacky strategies. Oh, shit. Now that is a start to a set. Pack 1 Ultimate Rare Vanities Fiend. That is incredible. Really, really powerful card to have around. And a Justy Break too, that's really good. Another holo in the second pack, Dark Lucius level 8. This is, I regret to inform you, one of the worst level lines in a mechanic that's already very bad. This is unplayable. Snipe Hunter is infinitely better.
Okay, 24 packs of Cyberdark Impact, let's go! Pack number 2, we have our first Instant Fusion, our first Just a Break. I guess there's a Vanity's Ruler there. I cannot imagine us going out of our way to use this one because it's 2 tributes, but that is a card that's here. We opened 7 packs before we saw our first Snipe Hunter. That does mean we are on track to get a playset. I didn't mention this beforehand. That is our 3rd copy of Chain Strike. We can potentially create some interesting burn decks with that, but I really feel like I have just used all the burn that I'm ever going to want to use in the history of double progression trouble. I don't know, we kind of have to be down bad before we consider going back on that again.
Oh my god. We can't stop pulling holos. Allure Queen level 7, another deeply cope level monster. But damn, at least this one's hot, so we got that one going for us. Other than that, not too much to talk about. Barrier statues could come up someday, but probably not. And Alien Infiltrator is terrible. So Instant Fusion probably won't be good until later on in the series. But even now, it could help generate some tribute fodder or something, so worth thinking about. Yo, Allure Queen 3 and Allure Queen 5. We have the whole line. Very pog.
Okay, very good pack. This is our playset of Instant Fusion, and that is our 2nd copy of Snipe Hunter. We'll definitely jam 2 of them. Would like to see the 3rd one as well. Oh my fucking god. We did pull an ultimate rare Storm Shooter. This ultimate rare Storm Shooter is worth $0.00. Sounds like somebody hasn't played Junior Journey. Alrighty, that is our playset of Snipe Hunter. We either have 2 or 3 Just a Break, so I would like a playset of that, but otherwise I really cannot think of anything else that I would conceivably want in this pack. This is going to be a little bit of a rough opening to edit. I can already anticipate I'm going to have absolutely nothing to say about any of these packs. It's going to be crickets. Actually, one thing I will say, I might ban Vanity's Fiend. I might ban Vanity's Fiend way before it is ever good. This is a 1 tribute monster that just reads neither player can special summon monsters. Vanity's Fiend to me often seems like a card where in interesting, like combo-oriented or formats with interesting strategies, Vanity's Fiend is just a side deck card that you tribute summon to win immediately. And I'm thinking that whenever we're playing in this series, I want Sophia and I to have more interesting answers to whatever the opponent's deck is doing than tribute summon Vanity's Fiend.
Another ultimate rare Trojan Blast. That card is absolutely unplayable, so RIP to us, I guess. 2nd Instant Fusion's cool though. That, I believe, gives us the playset of Snipe Hunter. That's kinda crazy. It's kinda nuts. We need to have that, and god, that card is gonna be banned at the end of this episode because fuck this stupid fucking luck sack of a card. Hey, Edge, that is our first Cyberdark. Don't think we're really gonna be able to play that deck because we would need to find a lot more than one, but cool to have. That's also, I believe, the first Just a Break and the first Flame Ogre, which both lend themselves to some very funny strategies. Oh wow, Cyber Ogre 2 coming in. We have gotten a few Cyber Ogres. There is like a universe where we could make this card. It's not good to do that, but we could do it anyway, I suppose. That would be fun. Anyway, more importantly, who out here flushing the straights with me? We got any lesbians in chat? Sound off.
Well, turns out we need not have worry. That is our 5th Snipe Hunter. Pack 23, I'm not expecting to see anything that really gets my goat. We have 2 Black Horn of Heaven, which, like, the fact that this cannot work on extra deck summons has given me pause on, like, ever considering using that, ever. I guess if later down the line Sophie gets, like, a Light Sworn strategy, it could be good to have this guy on hand. Boop, boop, doo 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 doo. Okay, so I will say we do have the playset of Flame Ogre, which is useful exactly for if Sophie and I do another For Fun stream and play another round of Junior format, because we are jamming the shit out of that one. Otherwise, yeah, as I expected, not really much to say, although we did get the cards that we were looking for, so I cannot complain.
We cannot stop finding ultimate rares. Holy moly. Second Lightning Punisher. I'm pretty sure this card's just unplayable. I mean, that effect is actually pretty strong, but it's really difficult to set up, so I don't think we can really play it. Second Vanities is crazy though, as is Just a Brick. Yo! There it is! There it is, the very icon of Junior format. It is Storm Shooter. Oh, that is some big, cool payoff for playing the Mausoleum of the Emperor deck. We might have to do it now, just to summon this beautiful bird. Another ultimate. Sure, we just can't stop getting those ulties. And... I got distracted by my cats spilling their water ball, so I completely didn't notice I was on the last pack. Not much to talk about in the end of this opening, we kind of already got everything. Black Horn of Heaven could come up. But all in all, that's a pretty good opening. We got all the commons we wanted, we got some interesting, funny stuff. Those things we can do here.
And that brings us to Strike of Neos. As previously discussed, most of the cards in this pack are completely useless, dogshit, awful, terrible, worthless. There are two cards exactly that I am excited about pulling in this pack, and one of them is Gene Warped Warwolf. Look at this little guy, I fucking love his ass. Gene Warped Warwolf is the first normal monster of level 4 or lower to be printed in Yu-Gi-Oh! To have 2,000 attack. It is, I believe, the first time a monster was normal summonable with 2,000 attack that doesn't have any kind of downside. That by itself doesn't make it the strongest card in the format, and it probably won't even in Sophie and I's reduced power format. I just have a soft spot for this guy. Look at him. I want to play with him. Gene Warped Warwolf is fantastic. He's had top surgery, he's wearing lipstick, he's wearing nail polish. He is a gender unto himself, and I believe in his power. Now, Gene Warped Warwolf is the card that we want to pull for aesthetic reasons, but in terms of power, I think the strongest card that Sophie and I are likely to pull today is Neo-Spacian Grand Mole. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this card scares the absolute shit out of me, and I think it's gonna get banned pretty quickly. The simple problem with this card is if you go first and normal summon it, there is nothing your opponent can do unless they have a removal spell of some kind to keep you from ruining their ability to gain board presence and hitting them for 900 every single turn. If you get ahead of your opponent in summoning economy and throw a Grand Mole into the mix, you will just stay ahead forever. And that's not even getting into the fact that this guy completely shits on every single extra deck strategy. Just a house of a card that I'm very worried about. There are a couple other cards that I will either consider running or at least need to be mindful of. Ancient Rules lets us special summon one level 5 or higher normal monster from our hand. Sophie and I still have our absolutely busted normal monsters from the DM era, including in both of our cases Go Giga Gaga Giko, and including in Sophie's case Blue Eyes White Dragon. This card is just an easy way she can summon a big guy, and I have to keep an eye on that. DD Crow is a really good side deck card, probably going to come up a lot when we get into more combo focused and more complicated eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! Birthright is Call of the Haunted, but for normal monsters. Remember when I talked about Sophie using Ancient Rules to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon? Well, after she does that, she can use Birthright to bring it back. Twister is pretty good spell trap removal. You pay 500, then target a face-up spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. And Pulling the Rug is pretty good. Okay, let's go. Strike of Neos. Pack number 1, we are looking for Neo-Spacian Grand Mole just so that we can make Sophie ban it for us, although that is a Twister right off of the bat, so that's pretty good. This is a fucking ultra rare $164.58 Elemental Hero Air Neos. I have nothing else to say about the Neos fusion monsters that I haven't already said, except for additional things that would get me demonetized. Ooh, that's a DD Crow. That's a good rare right off the bat. Oh, I fucking wish this was a real pack opening. I could make $300 off these absolutely fucking useless Neo fusions. Alright, first Neospatian Grand Mole. That is really big. That is the strongest card that we have pulled yet today. Looking for two or one more of these.
Strike of Neos. Next up is a terrible pack. It's really bad, but there is some interesting stuff going on. The fairy strategy is cool, but it's already high rarity, so I don't think we can ever pull it. The more accessible things is gonna be stuff like Skyscraper 2, Hero City. A huge boon if we go back to the E-Hero strategy. This is also where the first wave of 6 samurais come from, which could be fun, though it is pretty bad. Obviously the chase card is Grand Mole. That card is very, very, very scary. And Ancient Rules potentially enable some kind of big vanilla strategy. There's also a little more alien support that I don't think is all that good, and advanced ritual art I really hope I get a playset of. We have some cool ritual monsters that could potentially enable. Let's see if Neos will strike gold in pack number 1. Another ultimate double pulling the rug is interesting, I suppose. It could be a side deck card at some point. Playset of pulling the rug in the second pack, sure. Also the first ARA, great to see, and a whole bunch of 6 samurais. I don't know if these will ever be playable, but it's interesting. Second ARA, really good to see. Really, really, really good to see.
Card Trader at Super Rare, very funny. Mariana Might and Electric Virus I didn't talk too much about. These cards could definitely be relevant as side deck fodder later on. Super Rare Birthright, and also a rare Pulling the Rug. Ooh, Advanced Ritual Art actually is another one that I didn't discuss too much. This one is actually a common. I somehow thought that it was rarer than that, but we could definitely see ourselves jamming some ritual monsters if we end up with a nice set of these cards.
Yo, is that Elemental Hero Glow Neos? Man, the Neospatian stuff is already really unplayable, but also I'm pretty sure I own 0 Neos, so it is quite literally unplayable. Card Trader is actually a little bit interesting. Like, this card sucks, but it's possible our format's low power enough that this extra consistency boost is good enough. I actually think about playing that. Twistel's also not terrible. And there it is. The dipshit themselves. It's Neospatian Grand Mole. We did have to find at least one of these. This is another card that's probably gonna be banned by the end of the episode, so glad to have him for this one day, and then God, I hope to never see this bitch again. Rainbow, Overlord of Dark World. This card sucks. It has to be discarded by your opponent to do anything, so it is completely unplayable. But it's nifty to have. It's nifty.
Okay, second DD Crow. I mean, you know, that's the second super rare Birthright. It is our second Twister. Alright, Skyscraper 2 Hero City. We've actually seen a lot of fucking super rares, but none of them have been Gene. I'm actually gonna be really disappointed about that if we don't pull any Gene Warped Werewolf.
Oh, wow. Great Shogun Sheen. That is a huge payoff for actually playing 6 Samurais. If we get, like, another good 6-Sam card, we may need to consider trying this out. Birthright, keeping up the chain of ultimate rares. This card is Call of the Haunted for vanillas. It's quite strong, I think. Just not sure if we're going to be playing a deck to enable it. Really good card, though. And second Grand Mole. Good to see, good to see. Would love to find the playset because this card is so incredibly strong. Not much else to speak of in here, though. These cards are all so trash. Grand Neos! We cannot stop pulling these gosh dang Neos fusions that are literally impossible for us to summon. That's epic. Ancient Rules is nifty, though. If we manage to find a couple more in the close here, that could enable something.
This is a rare Ancient Rules. This is the only copy of it that we have received, but that is our playset of Ancient Ritual Art. That is something that we have in our collection now. Also, it's Advanced Ritual Art. I've been saying the name wrong the whole time. It's fine. It's because there's an Advanced Ritual Art and an Ancient Rules, and both of them involve normal monsters. Okay, Gene Warped Werewolf? No. This is the last pack. This is the last pack of Strike of Neos, and I'm genuinely hoping that we end up with a Gene Warped Werewolf. No, that's so sad. I don't think our Strike of Neos pull was particularly good. Yeah, unfortunately, overall, I would say that while our Cyberdark Impact pulls were quite good, our Strike of Neos pack pulls left a lot to be desired. We got all the advanced ritual art that we're ever gonna need. It's also good that we got, with that triple Justy break, so we do have enough cards to justify going on the normal monster strategy, but we didn't get the most important normal monster there is, Gene. We got 2 DD Crow, which is pretty good, but only 1 Neospatian Grand Mole, which I'm not sure is gonna be enough. If Sophie pulls a playset of these, we might just be shut out from winning it all. Alright, this is what I'm working with, and also 2 fucking ultra rare Elemental Hero Aeroneos. What does this stupid thing even do? Well, your life points are lower than your opponent's. This card gains an attack equal to the difference. That's a good effect for this card, because if you're playing Neos, your life points are always going to be lower. Let's see what I come up with in deck edits.
Second Ancient Rules. Only 6 packs to go, but we have 2 out of 3 already. We could get there. Also, I haven't talked about them, but Electric Virus and Puppet Plant are both potentially insane side cards we'll have to consider. Dark World Dealings is really interesting. That's a really strong draw spell, especially if we have anything that wants to be in the graveyard. It will just need to consider a little, because we need to be playing a deck where I'm confident me discarding cards is going to be better than just doing it. Interesting one for sure. I'm pretty sure that gives me a playset of Twister, very good to have, and we definitely have the ARA playset now, which is important. Can we close out with anything, or that's what we're getting for Strike of Neos? Looks like nothing interesting, but I can't be too mad. We got pretty much everything we wanted. We got enough to maybe consider running the 6 Samurai, so let me see what I can come up with.
Well, absolutely no one asked for this, but I am running back the Clownroid list. Look, y'all, these cards right here, Neospatian Grand Mole and Snipe Hunter, are probably going to ruin today's episode anyway, and whenever I was editing last episode, I did notice at least a couple things in my Clownroid build that I felt I could have done a little better, both in how the deck was built and how I ultimately played it, so this might not be the strongest strategy I have available to me, but I am willing to give it a shot on this clusterfuck day of double progression trouble. Chief among the things I forgot about was Bickery Box. This card is a fusion of Crass Clown and Dream Clown, meaning I can just play this deck full on as a fusion deck in addition to as a control deck. So we're playing the fusion monsters, and we're also playing Future Fusion, which lets us dump monsters from our deck to our graveyard, and then we're also playing a little card called Spiritual Earth Art Kurogani, which lets us tribute an earth monster on the field to special summon one from our graveyard. There are a number of cool things we can do with this card. Number one, if Sophie targets one of my face-up earth monsters with any sort of removal card, I can just use Spiritual Earth Art to tribute it off. Of course, with Future Fusion, we can special summon Dream Clown from the graveyard, we can special summon Steamroid from the graveyard, and we can special summon Neospatian Grand Mole, which is an earth. So that's the general strategy of the deck. Getting more into the nitty-gritty card by card, here's one copy of Neospatian Grand Mole. We would be playing more if we pulled more, but we did not. 3 copies of Snipe Hunter. I'm expecting this card to be insanely powerful. 3 copies of Steamroid. I don't know if I've done a single deck this entire GX season that didn't max out on this guy. Steamroid is my ace monster in this era of double progression trouble. We're also playing 3 copies of Gyroid. One of the problems I have often had with Yu-Gi-Oh! Fusion monsters in the past is that you have to play 2 bad monsters in order to possibly make the fusion monster. And this is thankfully one of those instances where that is not the case. Steam Gyroid is a pretty good option in our format because Steamroid and Gyroid individually are cards that are not burdens to play. Steamroid gets really, really big, and Gyroid is super difficult to kill. We could see ourselves playing these cards even if we weren't playing the fusion engine, so it's not a huge problem to draw into them before you have the fusion stuff to go into. We are playing our 3 copies of Crass Clown, 2 copies of Dream Clown. No fucking idea why Dream Clown is an Earth. Crass Clown is a Dark monster, and so is the Fusion Bickeryboo box. Dream Clown is the only one that just happens to be an Earth, and it's all the better for the synergies of this weird, weird deck. We're playing 2 copies of Kelbeck. This is essentially like we would be playing Neospatian Grand Mole in this place if we were pulled more copies of it, but we did not, so we're playing this guy. I won't talk too much yet about him though. He's alright, and possibly the higher amount of attack will come in handy. I'm playing our 1 copy of New Doria just as a dude who kills other dudes when he's destroyed by a dude, and rounding out the monster section, at least the non-Thunderous monster section, is the Earth Hex Sealed Fusion. This can go into either of our fusion monsters, either by combining with Power Bond or by tributing it off with the other monster. We are running our 1 copy of Power Bond. This thing can go into a 4400 attack Steam Gyroid, so it's essentially a really powerful one-up we have access to. 2 copies of Future Fusion, just maxing out on Upstart Goblin. We're just playing that 37 card deck. 1 copy of Nobleman of Extermination. Maybe I should be maining more than 1 copy of this at this point. The trap cards are actually pretty strong. But for the right now, we're going to start off with 1 in main and the other inside to come on in if it seems like I really need it. As y'all can see, we are just loaded up on traps in this deck. We are playing triple Zero Gravity, double Forced Back, triple Spiritual Earth Art Kurugani, double Karma Cut, and 1 Rising Energy. Rounding out the deck list is triple Thunder Dragon. We have a lot of discard effects in this deck. We've got the Karma Cut and the Rising Energy and the Snipe Hunter, so it's very good to just have these extra discards on hand for these powerful effects we have access to. In the side deck, we've got triple Drillroid, triple Sabersaurus, and 1 Insect Knight. The Sabersaurus and the Insect Knight are if Sophie happens to be on Justy Break. I would love for one of these cards to be Gene Warp Warwolf instead, but we unfortunately do not always get what we want. Triple Back to Square One, our other Nobleman of Extermination, our 1 of Pulling the Rug, and 3 Shape Snatch, because why not? Let's see how this day goes.
Is the deck I'm going to be bringing today. It's not that exciting, but you know, it's a cool archetype, and I figured I would give it a shot. I tried building some spicier stuff, but I felt like none of it was really coming together. I might pull some of that out in the rematch episode. But today, we are on Six Sam, an archetype of gay warriors who get much stronger if another member of their party cure is on the field along with them. These monsters all have reasonably good effects, but are held back by the fact that you have to get 2 out on the board in order for them to do much of anything. That's not great, but I think our format is low power enough, we can make it work. In terms of 6 Sams, I'm on 3 copies of Zanji, 3 copies of Iru, 3 Yaichi, 3 Kamon, and 2 Nisashi just for names. Zanji destroys the monster at battles after damage calculation, if you control another 6 Sam. Iroh destroys a face-down monster it attacks immediately if you have another 6 Sam. Command pops a face-up spell trap, and Yaichi pops a face-down if you control another 6 Sam. And the 2 Nanishi can attack twice while you control another. This one's pretty mid, but I need more names. Then we have the payoff, Great Shogun Shin, who can be summoned for free if you control 2 or more 6 Sams, and makes your opponent play Junior format, letting them only activate 1 spell trap per turn. In addition, we have some generic power monsters, my 2 Grand Mole, 3 Snipe Hunter, fuck these cards, and then 1 Cyberdark Magician, 1 Thestalos to act as tributes. Next, we have some other stuff. We have some spell cards, in fact. 1 Sword and Shield, because I couldn't think of anything else, and triple Sheen's Castle of Mist. This card makes your opponent's monsters lose 500 attack when attacking a 6 Sam, making my monsters incredibly hard to run over. Then I'm on a shitload of traps, 2 Draining Shield, 2 Karma Cut, triple Return, which is kind of Call of the Haunted for 6 Sams, 2 Rising Energy, 2 Zing Zenhu, and triple Zero Gravity. In the side, I'm on 3 Thundra. This is just kind of a hedge because I'm concerned that with Snipe Hunter, Karma Cut, etc., I'm on too many cards that require me to discard, so I want things to slide into to deal with that. 3 Vanity's Fiend in case Jess is on fun stuff and I need to be the fun police. Triple Twister as Make Hope spell trap removal instead of Spiritualism. Triple Putting the Rug just in case. The 3rd Zing Zanghu, and double Shape Snatch in case we pull anything. Cool. Well, it's time for us to go ahead and get into it. We failed to win many games with the first gay man deck we tried in Heroes. Let's see if these homosexuals can make it happen.
Sophie, welcome back to another day, another double progression trouble, another 48 packs of very, very strong and interesting Yu-Gi-Oh cards with good strategies. I gotta tell you, I'm very worried about this episode. There are at least a couple of cards that I can see absolutely ruining this episode because they're so powerful and broken. And I am, of course, talking about Allure Queen level 7.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, I'm gonna be so honest here. I did pull an Allure Queen level 7, and for a hot minute I was considering playing that strategy just because she's hot. But then I decided I want to win one game today, so I did not do that instead. Anyway.
I have to, Allure Queen seems way too far down on the rung of bad cards. It's one thing, we can talk about Moki Monarch, we can talk about the E-Hero deck, but one thing you can say about those decks is you can summon monsters. Like, if you have a big monster in those decks, you can just summon them. You don't have to just summon some slightly littler guy first before you summon the big monster.
Yeah, I think Allure is a bit too bad even for me. But yeah, let's play some Yu-Gi-Oh, shall we? Good luck.
Yeah, let's
Have
see
fun.
how this goes.
I hope you rolled a lot of 1s and 6s today.
Whatever could you be referring to? I have no
Great
idea what
question.
you're talking about. Alright, we'll upstart, and
A
then
gift!
we
A
are...
gift for me!
is a gift just for you. So I guess we're gonna set one, set a 1, set a 2, and pass.
Alright, I will draw for turn. The hand's not great. Interesting. There's a couple of different ways I can go with this. I think probably the best one is gonna be to do exactly what you did, but with no monster. I'm just vibing.
Okay, vibing is cool. Vibing is great. Vibing sounds awesome to me. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip summon my monster, and that monster is going to be a little gentleman by the name of Kelbeck. Do you have a response?
Who the fuck is this?
This is a really good question. Who the fuck is this? We'll go out and run out Gyroid as well.
Can you imagine that this fucking weird ass Millennium Fairy Circle garbage is gonna completely ruin Yu-Gi-Oh in 2022? It's crazy.
Why does it ruin Yu-Gi-Oh in 2022?
Oh, they made a bunch of Ishizu Fairy V-Trains that go very well with Tier Element, the current best deck, and create essentially a Tier 0 format. It's great.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna be honest, I played this guy, Kelbeck, without knowing literally anything about them. I did not know there was anything to know about them. I didn't know that they were in any way relevant to any strategy ever.
Shockingly, they are relevant exactly right now. Anyway. I'm gonna zing Zenhu. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel great about that. Is there anything I can do about this? These cards have been around for a while. But unfortunately, I don't think it really matters. Zing Zenhu is fine.
Most excellent. Lock down the back row. That feels good. Stand by main.
Okay.
Let me think about how. Man. I actually have a couple options here for how I play this. But I think the best one is always just gonna be this. Let's be honest. One of us had to do it eventually. Here's Snipe Hunter.
Ooh, baby. Snipe Hunter has arrived in the beta, and this little guy with the toes is gonna be deciding a lot of shit today. Would you like to declare effect?
I would love to declare the effect. I'm gonna target Kelbeck, and I am going to pitch the Sixth Samurai Command.
Okay. We are doing very, very early 6 Sam. Understood.
Alright, let's give it a fucking roll, baby. Thank God. Okay.
Okay, so far so good.
Alright, don't think it's worth throwing away any more of my hands to deal with this gyroid yet, so I'll just hit for a bit of damage.
Okay, I will take my 500.
Back to you.
We'll run out Steamroid.
Yeah, Steamroid's fine.
Cool.
That goes to 23. I will take my 8.
You'll take more than that if I have anything to say about it.
Owie wowie.
Set 1 and pass.
Cool. I will draw for turn. Go stand by main. I am going to normal summon the 6th Samurai Yaichi.
Let me read this guy's effect really quick to... yeah, we will force back that.
Forced back the Yaichi, sure. Interesting. In that case, I will just set 1 and it's right back to you.
Alright, I regret to inform you I have found another Steamroid. This is 100 off of lethal that I have on the board right now.
That's a lot of damage. Or is it a lot of damage at all?
I guess it's not going to be any damage, unfortunately. Go ahead.
Cool. I will draw for turn. Go stand by main. I'm actually in a bit of a weird spot here, unfortunately.
It doesn't seem like you have an accessible way to kill all 3 of my monsters, and indeed you might struggle to kill even one of them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the weird thing about Steamroid, right? Is that me putting it in defense position makes it better on my turn. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it has a booty that doesn't quit.
I'm gonna set... And as much as I don't like it, I think the winning play is to just pass here.
Okay, Gyroid to attack.
Yeah.
Steamroid to attack.
Yeah.
Steamroid to attack. Do I want to go for lethal here?
You probably shouldn't. I have Mirror Force.
Yeah, that sounds pretty scary, but you know what? I think no guts, no glory. I am going to normal summon the Earth Hex-Sealed Fusion.
What we... I mean, we're really just playing Steam Gyroid Turbo. How
So
are we...
I think the move is to get rid of one of these Steamroids here. The Gyroid can handle itself a little bit better during your turn, and we are going to summon the legendary Steam Gyroid, and if you don't have a 0 gravity or something along those lines, this does represent lethal.
I'm out here getting my ass beat by Steam Gyroid Turbo. I'm not gonna lose yet, though. Get rid of that Gyroid. The Steam Gyroid. Get that bitch out of here. Enjoying yourself over there, I take it.
I cannot believe running back this deck ended up being the move. This deck is so much better than I expected it to be.
Yeah. But fortunately, I think I can start getting a little bit back into it now. Here is the legendary 6th Samurai Uncle Iroh.
Ooh, Uncle Iroh. I remember this guy from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's gonna give me an inspiring speech.
Well, actually, this is him in his younger days. You see, no gray hair or anything, so now he's just a merciless warrior who's gonna beat the hell out of you.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
kind of rude, but...
It really is.
We'll do what we can. This isn't my favorite draw in the world in this situation, but we will upstart. I guess we will set 1, turn Gyroid sideways, and pass it back to you.
Excellent, excellent. I'm gonna go stand by main.
I do want you to know, you would be fucking dead if it wasn't for that Zing Zang Hu. I cannot believe how fucking strong that card is, actually.
No, it's really... I was looking through my collection today, and I was like, wait, holy fuck, I have 3 of this card? Let's go. Alright. You know I had this already. I tried playing it once. I'm trying again to run out the Yaichi.
Okay, that is fine by me.
I will fire Yaiki to destroy the new set.
I will chain the new set. It's a Karma Cut. I am going to pitch my Crass Clown to destroy, Iroh.
We're still on. Literally it's the same deck. We're still clowning. I guess I'll just pass on that then.
This is unhinged. Oh, I would have won ages ago if it weren't for that fucking Zing Zang Hu.
That's
Oh,
kinda good.
oh my goodness. Okay, we have a game in our hands.
We have a game, and I think I am finally getting myself into a solidly winning position. Here's Zanji.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one. That is going to wreak havoc on my gyroid.
I will go to battle, and after 10,000 years, I will kill the gyroid.
Buddy, you did so well. I'm so fucking proud of you. You can rest well.
That gyroid is a hero, for sure.
This one also is.
Son of a bitch. Just that one pass.
Also not a good draw in this situation. I'm gonna Thunder Dragon.
Isn't it?
There's no way we tribute summon the gyroid, right? There's zero shot that is ever in a million years the correct choice.
Just think, you could attack my Yaichi.
I could attack your Yaichi, but you do have two face down cards, and unlike me, they are not subject to a Zing Zang Hu. You know, I'm just gonna leave it. It is what it is. My gyroid isn't long for this world.
Yeah, it truly is not, sadly. R.I.P. King. I'm just gonna keep the picture on. Here's Kamon.
Okay.
Drew
Kamon
all
is
3 copies of this
fine.
son of a bitch. Zanji in.
Alright, is there any attack modulators on these idiots?
Nope, just completely normal 6 samurai attacks. That's all I got.
Oh, it continues to be pretty rough. At some point we do need to start taking care of your monsters, so I am gonna run out of Crass Clown.
On.
We'll go to battle phase, and let's attack into the Yaichi.
I will take a hot 50.
Go ahead.
I'll draw for turn that. That's a really interesting one. I need to do a little math, real speedy like.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that.
Yep, this is lethal. I'm gonna activate Return of the Sixth Samurai, targeting Yaichi.
Okay, the Yaichi is coming back from the graveyard.
Yep. Just for fun, I'm gonna pop one of your sets, even though it doesn't really matter, because they're under Zing Zang Hu.
This is the one that I'm most disappointed that you managed to Zing Zang Hu. This is Spiritual Earth Art, Kurogani, and earlier if you hadn't like froze this, I would have been able to resurrect the Earth Hex Sealed Fusion.
Yo, let's go.
And fucking summoned fucking Steam Gyroid a second time.
Excellent. That is absolutely excellent. Anyway, I'm gonna sack for Thesteros.
Oh yeah, that will do it. You're gonna hit a Thunder Dragon, and that's gonna be a hot 500 out of my life points.
And then I believe this should be more than enough damage.
950, 1800, and yeah, you got it. The other face down was Karma Cut. Good game,
Those were
Sophie.
really fucking good. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG.
Really good set card. Absolutely had it if you didn't Zing Zang Hu me, but like I spent too many resources because I thought I was ahead, and then I didn't have any backup after that activation, and you just owned me. Nice game.
Yeah, GG. I couldn't win many games with the last gay party QR deck I tried, but I'm glad this one seems to be doing a bit better.
And on the flip hand, I don't love losing, but I am glad that I was that at least like Clownroid isn't going to go like 3-0 this episode. I think I would have to get a new co-host if that happens.
Yeah, I guess like that. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I've played some terrible decks on this show. Team Gyroid Turbo seems worse than most things I've done, even.
The problem is that, again, it goes back to the Zing Zang Hu. Like, this deck is
Yeah.
fucking great if I am able to use my trap cards. I have the Spiritual Earth Art to have the recursion, and for some fucking reason, the Dream Clown is an Earth, so I can, this is a spoiler for the next couple of games, but who fucking cares? I can Future Fusion into a Bikryu box and then use spiritual earth art to resurrect the dream clown. I can use it to resurrect the Kelbeck. There's a lot of stuff that this deck is doing, and it's not strong, but nothing is strong in our format right now.
I suppose that is true.
I have to make a choice between whether I am going for the Cyber Dragon or the Gene Warped Werewolf. And it's actually quite difficult, not just because I love Gene, because it's also because, like, if I get a Cyber Dragon, you're gonna ban that immediately, whereas, like, Gene Warped Werewolf is far less likely to be.
That is true.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Anything? Anything at all? Oh, that is certainly something. Go ahead and open yours.
I've been opening mine.
Oh.
Damn. I didn't pull shit. We're in advanced.
Holy shit, we are hosting in advance. This is a monumental moment in gamer history. Ignore
Very
the fact
place to
that my
be.
deck is not advanced legal.
If DB doesn't know, it's fine.
Alright, it's my time to go second, and it's my time to get an extra card, so we will see how this one goes.
We shall see indeed. I have figured out how this one is gonna go. I am going to set one card. I am going to normal summon this bitch.
Fuck off.
And I'm gonna pass.
Hey, alright, we're gonna immediately Nobleman of Extermination that.
That is mildly annoying. It is Draining Shield.
Oh, I do not have any Draining Shield.
And there are none in my deck at the moment.
Cool. Okay, let's run out the fucking Snipe Hunter.
Ah.
This is a nice little situation we find ourselves in. You have the main character of Strike of Neos, and I have the main character of Cyberdark Impact. With a little luck, I can, come out on top here. So I'm gonna declare Snipe Hunter. We will pitch this Kelbeck, and hoping for not a 1 or 6. That's a 5. I can handle that.
Bam. We ain't missing.
Whee. Proceed to battle. Whee.
Ouchie wouchie.
No, I'm just gonna pass.
Just gonna pass. Just summon a guy pass. That's Yu-Gi-Oh!
That is.
But fortunately for me, I have a larger guy.
Okay, larger guy is fine.
Wah! Go, larger guy! Then main phase 2, I'm gonna toss down a couple more back here, and it's right back to you.
So I am. God, this is stinky. I guess we are just going to run out the Neospatian Grand Mole of our own.
Yep. Well, Grand Mole Gaming.
Proceed to battle. Attack and declare effect.
Sure.
This card isn't making it out of this episode.
No. Anyway, second Grand Mole.
Oh, fuck off! God damn it.
Wee.
It is going to be a pleasure banning your ass.
It really will be.
Um. Yeah, a weird one for sure. Not one I am thrilled about. I am just gonna sat 1, sat 2, and pass.
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna draw for turn, stand by main. God, playing around a grand mod is the most annoying shit.
Right? I have immediately just like written off this entire game for being any fun whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm gonna run out Iroh.
Okay, you have the Iroh.
I will attack in.
I
Just a smidge.
guess I will spiritual earth art.
Interesting.
I am going to tribute the earth hex sealed fusion to summon a defense position Kelbeck.
That's actually interesting. Okay. Well, I will not redeclare with Iroh. It may shock you to know this.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, I guess we just grand mold that, right?
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Epic gamer moment. I'm gonna set one and pass.
Fucking hell, I would love to draw more than one trap card. It is very literally the only reason that I'm not just, dead here. Fuck. I am going to normal summon Neospatian Grand Mole.
There it is.
Woo!
I'm gonna karma cut the grand mole.
That checks out. And now I am probably just dead here. Good game, good game. We
Yeah,
learned
you know.
a whole.
It was a fun one.
We learned a whole lot of things. Cool, cool.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. You know, I'm glad.
Really happy with the direction things have taken.
I would agree. I'm gonna fire off Sheen's Castle of Mist and pass it back.
Wow, another fucking monster. I want you to know too, I'm running a 19 monster count, so this doesn't fucking make any sense.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
You know, we're just chilling.
We are indeed just chilling. Alright, I am just gonna get snipe hunting. No cards in hand, he's just hanging out, but he's here.
Okay, cool.
Let's go Grand Mall, the set. That's definitely not a Kelbeck.
It's definitely not a Kelbeck. You fool, your card is sent back to your hand.
Oh no! How can this be? Alright.
Any reason that I'm not just dead here? The answer is no. I am fully dead here. I have a future fusion, but nothing to do with it. The hand was 2 crass clowns, 2 Kelbecks, and a fucking gyroid.
Oh god, that is not very good. Alright, so let me ask the only question that matters at this point. Which one are you banning and which one am I banning?
Well, I get 2 bans.
Oh right, you can do both.
I got 2 woed. I'm not gonna be hitting both though, so I am gonna tell you it will be the greatest pleasure of my life to ban Grand Mole. I was pretty much dead set on banning this fucking card, even if I like pulled 3 and you pulled 0. But in reality, I pulled 1 and you pulled at least 2. And in addition to that, I am banning Xing Zhen Hu. Play through my fucking back row, coward.
Yeah, that also makes a lot of sense. And I will do the honors. Fuck Snipe Hunter. We didn't see much of him this episode, but fuck this dumbass idiot and his 66% chances deciding games.
So that is just like every single one of the most powerful monsters in this format gone now. They're all gone. And now we get to just like play a regular fair game of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Crazy. We going for that game 3, it sounds like?
Oh yeah, we are absolutely going for that game 3. I can take it without a shadow of a doubt. It'll be a matter of whether or not my deck is willing to cooperate with me. I'm playing 11 trap cards, Sophie. I am playing 11 of the fuckers, and 3 of my spell cards are Upstart Goblin. That ratio made no fucking sense, and I'm salty about it.
We variance.
Okay, I am done siding. Take your time in pulling your winner packs, and then join in when you're ready to go.
Yeah, give me a sec. I need to remove 7 cards from my deck, so give me a sec here.
How many did you pull? I got the playset of Snipe Hunter.
I pulled like 6, yeah.
Yeah, I did pull like 7 of them. Turns out one of the strongest cards in GX is just a fucking common.
It really is. It really is. Alright.
Things didn't look too good for Clown Roy those first 2 rounds, but you know what? It doesn't matter because we're gonna go second here, and we are going to go into next episode with some extra packs on hand. And there's gonna be
such confidence you have.
Nothing you can do about. No! There's gonna. I know I'm not going first. I'm just going to shamefully.
Agony.
Tuck that
Pain,
Thunder Dragon
suffer.
away.
Speaking of which.
But I assume you only drew 1.
I did indeed only draw the 1. Vandy. Castle of Mist. That 1 pass.
Is attacked. Okay, so this is only when your guy is attacked. It's like a.
Yep, it does not work.
It is a reverse skyscraper. So in that case, there's nothing. Well, also, we will go ahead and get the second Thundra. There is no harm in running out a Sabersaurus in attack mode, going ahead and setting 1 and passing.
Now, I do love how in this format, normal summon a vanilla pass is a terrifying play with a set.
Yeah, how the fuck are you gonna get past this?
Wait, that's crazy. There's no way you're on Just a Break, right? Like, you're playing so many effect puzzles. Unless you have it in the side deck and you side it into some kind of goofy Just a Break smokescreen strategy to own me. And if you did that, I will be very owned.
That's a possibility. That is a thing that might have happened.
But if you don't do that... You know what? No guts, no glory. I feel nothing. Let's
You've
go for
already
it.
won the match. Who fucking cares?
I am going to normal summon the 6th Samurai Nisashi.
Ooh, this guy can attack, twice. That's actually concerning. Okay, that's fine.
And yes, here's the thing about it, is that I now control 2 or more 6th Samurai monsters, meaning I can special summon Great Shogun Shien.
Oh, this guy's like a super rare, isn't he?
Yep, he is a super.
Fuck, okay. I don't know how I'm beating that.
I'm gonna go to battle. If it is Just a Break, I will shit myself.
I lied to you so hard. I know exactly how I'm beating that.
Oh, that's actually not that bad. Sure, so that puts Sabersaurus up to 34.
A cool 34, so that'll be 900.
And we'll take 9, and then I'll use Shien's effect to destroy another face-up 6 Sam instead of it being destroyed.
Oh, this card has additional text. Okay.
Yep, all the 6 Sams get to do that.
Well, sweet, cool.
I guess I'll just pass on that then. I can't actually kill this large dinosaur.
I am going to set 1 and pass.
Sounds good to me. I'll draw for turn. I don't know why the hell I put this dumbass card in my deck even, but that's okay. Let's just go battle and attack the Sabersaurus.
Okay, you got the Sabersaurus this time.
Let's go! Yeah, I guess we'll hit the same. The biggest punish is Kelbeck, but I haven't normal summoned this turn, so it's kind of fine.
Yeah, it's Kelbeck.
Ah! and unfortunately, Zanji does not get to kill it because Shien is not a 6 Samurai monster, so its effect is not live. Sadness.
Oh, great, Shogun Shien is not a 6 Samurai. That's confusing as fuck.
GX, baby.
Okay. So I am going to run out a little friend by the name of Steamroid in attack mode.
Classic.
Classic. So this is going to be a tie here.
Yeah, the question is, do I allow the crash? Yeah, unfortunately, I think I do need to. Yeah.
Okay, your board is looking a little clearer now. That is good to see. Go ahead. And you can't even, like, if you summon another Zanji, it's not even, like, a good way to out the Kelback.
Yeah, this is actually a little bit of a strange situation I find myself in. This Calback's kind of an asshole. I can't really run Shein into this.
My deck with, like, the triple Spiritual Earth art was essentially running 3 Kelbeck and planning on, replacing however many copies of, Grand Mole I got.
You are so valid. I think it's time to use this card because I don't know when else it's ever gonna come up. I literally put this in my deck because I couldn't think of a 40th card and it's really fucking bad. I'm gonna Shield and Sword.
Alright. Sure. This means you can...
Iroh.
Yeah, summon your Iroh in attack mode. It's gonna take out my Kelback, and your Iroh's gonna go back to hand.
Yep, and then I can sink in a hot 2400.
Oh, 24?
Yeah, attack and defense all swapped.
Oh, right. Okay.
So yeah, you can get 100 back. My gift to you. Alright, that's all I got. I don't love ending on no 6 samurais because now I can't protect Xian, but is what it is.
Pass.
Alright, draw for turn. I am... This is interesting. I need to do a little... Well... Yeah, I'm gonna run the Iroh back out. And I think
okay.
I am just gonna swing with it.
I finally found my fucking zero gravity.
That is a good one. Main phase 2, I suppose I will switch the Xian back to attack, and that's what I got.
We are going to flip summon Crass Clown.
That is what I was scared of, yep.
We will normal summon Gyroid.
Sure.
And Xian's Castle of Mist is only attack, so that means, face down card allowing, we can get over this.
No, I mean, it always reduces the attack of your monster. It doesn't buff my attack, it reduces yours.
Oh, that's so irritating! Okay, well, I am going to take 350 then. Your move.
I will draw. Stand by main. I'll switch this to attack, and the nice thing about Xian is that returning it to the hand does not deal with it as easily as it does other high levels. I am going to normal Zanji and bring Xian back out.
Yeah, that is, what I was afraid of. Zanji especially is really rough here.
Yeah, Zanji's crazy.
Alright, those are gonna be 800. 350.
And 25.
God, I am getting dumpstered.
Main phase 2, I'll just set 1, pass it right back.
Damn, you got it. I am stuck on a Gyroid and a Steamroid. And if I hadn't... I mean, like, if I hadn't, drawn the extra Thunder Dragon, I could have gone into a Spiritual Earth Art, which at least would have gotten a Kelbeck back, but that still would not have been enough to survive. So, yeah, good games. 6 Samurai are, like, actually real in this format. Holy shit.
Like, I mean, the thing about 6 Samurai that made them bad in TCG, right, is that they're really slow and you need to control 2 of them to do anything. But our format is really slow and we play a bunch of monsters that don't do shit, so I often have time to just summon 2 guys. And if you have time to summon 2 guys, you just go crazy. And I will say, by the way, as an aside, I think this game exactly shows why killing Grandma Snipe Hunter is such a good change, right? Because, like, that last game, I literally didn't do any of the cool things my deck does, right? I normal summoned Grandma until I won. But with those out of the format, I get to actually play a game,
Yeah,
like,
you actually got
using
to
6
show
Samurai
that, like,
cards.
Xian is a good card. Like, Xian's Castle of Mist is, like, genuinely terrifying to deal with. Zanji completely shuts down my use of gyroids. Like, your deck is doing a lot of shit here.
Right, I'm happy we did this game 3, so I got to actually do my deck's cool stuff, instead of just doing the Grandma dance for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I am sad that I didn't get a chance to draw a Power Bond to summon a 4400 attack Steam Gyroid. I'm also sad that I didn't get to do any fun future fusion combos. I have two of them, but I never drew them at a useful time.
Very sad. I can tell you from experience, it turns out you just never draw Future Fusion. It's not a thing that happens.
Yeah, nobody ever draws Future Fusion in double progression trouble. That's why we don't need to worry about it in a banless capacity. Are you feeling a rematch next week? Because we kind of just said that like we're gonna do it whenever we want to take another shake at a format, and we're pretty much just not gonna do it when we don't want to. I think this is a pretty neat format that we have found ourselves, and I do need more opportunities to pull Gene.
Right, now, like I was gonna say, especially now that the Grandma and Snipe Hunter are gone, but I took quite a bit of time building my deck for this episode. That's because there were like 4 different interesting decks I was considering playing. Like, all of these cards are terrible, but when everything is terrible, a bunch of really cool, terrible strategies become semi-playable. And I was like, I definitely want to do this again. Like, even
Awesome.
with a rematch, I don't think I'll be able to play all the decks I want to try.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I definitely want another shot at taking a crack at your collection. I genuinely part of the reason for that is I need to think long and hard, depending on how next week's match go, on whether or not I'm gonna start banning some of or limiting some of these Six Samurai cards.
That's very bad. These cards are really good.
Yeah. A lot of stuff to be worried about. I see you also have the Vanities Fiend. That's a card that I'm probably just going to
Yeah.
ban ages before it becomes good.
Yeah, like, you aren't seeing it because I only ended up fighting in one, but I did pull the playset, so...
I think I have two. I'm not 100% sure. But that goes alongside Granmore's. Like, I could have all the copies in the world, and I'd still want to ban it just to like improve the format eventually.
Makes sense to me. That reminds me, did you pull anything spicy this episode that you didn't get to play?
I don't. I pulled two copies of a $150 Elemental Heroes, Hero Neos fusion.
Epic. I'm
The
in the same
fucking.
boat, here's this bitch.
Oh hell yeah. At least you pulled the one that is made out of a good monster. The one I pulled two copies of was like the water one. The air hummingbird one. Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I pulled two copies of those. If we were doing
Epic.
these pulls in real life, I would be able to sell them for $300.
Wow, that would be impressive. Yeah.
I refuse to believe somebody would pay $150 for that card. If you are out there, shame on you. Give me your money. Just give me your money instead.
So very valid. Yeah, you kind of saw probably my best pull, which was the Shein, as a Six Samurai payoff. But I pulled some other cool stuff. Most notably, I pulled the Storm Shooter, baby. It's
I pull
junior format time.
Yo, I will say I did pull the Storm Shooter as well, and I
Yo!
pulled the playset of Flame Ogre. So if we do another for fun stream, we're gonna we're gonna have some problems.
It's gonna be excellent.
Oh, just excellent gameplay all around. I didn't just pull Storm Shooter, Sophie. I pulled an ultimate rare Storm Shooter, and it was
Oh,
$0
yeah.
and 0 cents.
Hey, I'll have you know, Ultimate Veil Stormshooter is actually worth like roughly $3, and I know because that's how much I paid for mine.
I am trying to figure out if it somehow went down in price between like now and whenever you purchase them. Did fucking Fluanderees have a weird structure deck that reprinted like normal like common storm shooters?
It absolutely did not. I'm pretty sure the cards that show a zero on YGO Pro deck are ones that just like so few people are bothering to sell it. You can't find a price.
Okay, that makes more sense. And it's very funny because to me, a storm shooter is worth way the fuck more than the elemental hero Dios that's worth $150. But I guess that's capitalism, baby.
Baby.
The score as of now is gonna be 3-2. So that means next week you'll have the opportunity to tie it up.
Oh, excellent. Man, should I play a good deck to do that? We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Thank you all for joining us on Double Progression Trouble. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Send us a comment letting us know why Dream Clown is down to earth and why the great Shogun Shien is a dad bod goals or whatever.
Mm-hmm,
Do you
mm-hmm.
have anything the comments should say, Sophie? I'm bad at coming up with discussion topics.
Alright, go down in the comments and tell me which six samurai you think is the most fuckable.
Subscribe to Sophie apparently, and thank you all for watching. We will see you next week. That's very fun to say. I'm glad we can say that now. While your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference. That's good, because if you're playing Neos, your life points are always going to be lower. Let's look at the deck. While your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference. That's a good effect, because if you're playing Neos, your effect... Fuck, come on. While your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card